When I fell from the sky, I didn't expect to survive. The firestorm that consumed my ship tore through atmosphere like a blade through flesh. We had launched to kill, not to negotiate. My unit was trained for destruction, and yet the only sound I remember before impact was my own scream, shredded and swallowed by gravity. I awoke in ruin, blackened metal, torn limbs, the hiss of dying systems, and silence. I was alone. My armor, Varric forged and plated in obsidian alloy, had protected me. Mostly, my left leg was ruined, ribs cracked, my ocular implant fizzed out in static. I was no longer a warrior. I was wreckage. And the humans should have left me that way. Hours passed, or days. The smoke curled endlessly into their sky. Their world was too bright, too dry. The dirt stung my tongue. I had no comms, no way to signal command. If they captured me, they would dissect me. That's what our briefings always said. Humans dissect what they don't understand. So when I saw a movement, shadows in the distance, I drew the shard of a broken blade and pressed it to my throat. Better to end myself than let them butcher me. But the man didn't raise a weapon. He raised a tool, a crude, primitive-looking wrench. He was dirty, scarred, muscled like a miner, but moved like a soldier. His clothing was stitched together from synthetic canvas and metal bands. He wore no armor, only a vest and leather straps. Not a threat, not with those eyes. He looked concerned, and then he spoke. "Don't move," he said. "You're not going to die today." What? I wanted to curse at him, spit in his face, tell him he was beneath me. But I couldn't speak. My throat was dry, and worse, I didn't want to speak. I wanted to listen. His voice was strange, not guttural like ours. It had texture, warmth, resolve. He set the wrench aside, reached into a pouch, and pulled out a needle. I flinched. He hesitated. "I'm trying to stop the bleeding," he said. He could have stabbed me, shot me, called for his kind to finish what I'd started. Instead, he treated my wounds. He pressed a patch over my ribs, wrapped my leg, lifted me with surprising gentleness, like I was something worth preserving. And as my head leaned against his shoulder, I whispered, barely audible, "Why?" He didn't answer. The shelter was a hollowed-out bunker built into bones of a ruined dropship. There were rusted panels, old tech, faded banners of war, human emblems everywhere. They lived among their ghosts. He offered me water. I refused. He offered me food. I turned away. Still he stayed. Only once did I find my voice again, raspy and cracked. "You know what I am." He nodded. "You know what I came here to do." Another nod. "So, why are you helping me?" His reply was quiet. "Because you need it." His name was Cass, a former combat engineer, long since cut off from the core human colonies after the war fronts collapsed. Most humans had fled this sector. It was scorched, ruined, unstable. Cass had stayed. Why, he wouldn't say. Days passed. He never locked the bunker door, never restrained me. I could have killed him in his sleep, but I didn't. Not because I couldn't, because I didn't want to. I learned to walk again, slowly. He watched as I limped along the bunker walls, bracing myself on shattered struts. "You're healing fast," he said. "I'm not human." I reminded him. He smirked. "Neither's your appetite. You eat like a tank." He laughed, and I laughed too. It startled both of us. When I looked into his eyes that time, I didn't see a soldier. I didn't see an enemy. I saw Cass, and I hated myself for it. Weeks passed. We fixed the bunker systems together. He showed me how to splice wires a human way. I taught him how to reroute thermal energy using techniques from my people. At night, I would fall asleep listening to him hum songs I didn't understand. We never talked about the war, until the day the beacon activated. It was my ship's distress signal, reactivated. Cass found me staring at the blinking screen. "You going to answer it?" he asked. I hesitated. "They'll come," I said. "My kind. They'll expect me to finish the mission." "Will you?" "I don't know." He walked to the panel, his back turned to me. "You don't have to." That night, I couldn't sleep. I watched him repair a cracked solar core with bare hands. Sparks lit his arms. Sweat coated his neck. I wanted to touch him, not as a warrior, not as a prisoner, but as something else, a human. He looked up and saw me watching. He didn't flinch. Instead, he said, "You're not who you were when you crashed here." "No," I whispered. "Because of you." The ship arrived 2 days later. My people descended like hawks, cold, efficient. Their armor shimmered with superiority. They saw Cass and immediately drew weapons. I stepped in front of him. "Lower your guns." I ordered. They hesitated. I said, "Lower them." Cass looked at me, eyes wide. "You don't have to do this." "I know," I said, "but I want to." The commander sneered. "You're compromised." "No," I said, "I'm changed." They gave me a choice. Leave him, return to the fleet, complete the mission, be reinstated, or stay, be exiled, branded a traitor. I didn't hesitate. I stay. Now I live in the ruins, not as a soldier, but as a being. Cass still hums to himself as he tinkers. I still wear my armor, but not as a shield. Only a reminder of who I was. He never says it out loud, but I see it in his eyes. He loves me. And one day, maybe I'll say it back. I was built to conquer, but it took a human to teach me what it means to heal. And in a galaxy of weapons and war, he offered something I never thought real. Kindness.